welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a rather pleasant Northumberland evening, isn't it?
Yes, very nice. Sun's out. It's a bit foggy earlier on, but sun's out now. It's very warm, isn't it, for this time of year?
It is,
isn't it? Very nice.
Today, 7th, is it 7th or 8th of November? Early November, and it's very, very pleasant. So we're up at Howick, we're fishing, probably maybe a couple up, couple down.
Yep.
Maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit less. It all depends on what the fishing does. We'll just shift about. But we've got a cracking evening. Sun's just going down. We're about an hour and a half before high water, and we've got there's actually a little bit more groundswell here, isn't there? What we thought.
Yeah, definitely. Where we've just come up and drove up the coast, it was very flat, wasn't it? But the further we come up the coast, there's definitely more groundswell, and also, which rather surprisingly is, there's definitely more colour up here as well, isn't there?
Yeah,
which is normally the opposite way around, really. But there's good colour in this water here, so quite hopeful. So we'll just see.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We've got a big tide. I think it's about been knocking on 5 metre high, so there's plenty of movement coming off the front of these rocks. So we're just going to sit and enjoy the sun going down and hopefully pull in a few fish. What are you going for gear wise?
Gear wise, just heavy ground rod as always. So I've got my Century Tornado Graphic Sport, Pence Spin Fisher Fixed Spool, 103, 104 pound Berkeley Whiplash braid straight through. Simple pulley pedal on the back on the business end, and then just mix it up. Got crab, carp, squid. Yeah, and just keep mixing it up.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there was a little rattle there. I don't think it was a codlin, but it was something having a go.
All good stuff then. The bites are starting already.
Absolutely. Same for me. I've got the X90, and I'm possibly, get my words out, I'm possibly going to live to regret the decision, but I've stuck my Power Aero, which has got much thinner, sort of 50-pound braid, just to try and get out in the tide a bit more. Whether or not that's going to be a little bit too light for here, I'm not sure. I've got a very light rotten bottom. The hooks should bend out, but you never know. Something can go wrong, it will go wrong, especially with me. So yeah, tried and start right pulleys, same bait as Gary. So yeah, got all the ingredients. We just need to execute the recipe, don't we?
Absolutely. Yep.
Right, so rigs that we're using are pulley rigs, and I'm just going to go into a little bit of detail for the benefit of Dave Free Carp Angler. Dave, I think you've recently started watching the channel, so thanks very much, appreciate that. Everybody else, or a lot of you, I appreciate you'll already know what a pulley rig is and how it works, so just bear with us because not everybody does. So typically the rigs we'll use are pulley rigs. What does that mean? Generally, because it's based around a pulley system, i.e. that's your main line clipped to here, there's your hook, sinker's on the bottom. The idea being, fish bites that, you pull in and your sinker's free to pull on that main point there. Now, when the pulley rig was first invented, came out or whatever, from what I remember, anyway, I'm not saying this was the only way it was done. From what I remember, that system there was just pretty much a swivel. A lot of people, I'm sure, still use a swivel. I was finding though the main line gets kinked very, very easily. Just me. Trident have brought out a little gadget called an aero pulley, which is wrapped over in a figure of 8. And it means it doesn't kink the line, and it's very, very smooth. And if you look, I mean, this is a Trident rig, it slides through slower. And what they've also done is put a little bit of green sort of rubber tubing on there, so if you get a fish and you pull it up, that'll just sit. So that's one nice little addition to the pulley rig, which I've found does help. So generally speaking, that's about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 foot. Hooks of choice, hook length, swivel, and then that'll be your main body, your pulley body if you like. Then at the business end, the bottom end, you want the rig clipped down. What that basically means, your hook is locked into position or clipped into some sort of link, so when you cast, This has got a rotten bottom on. So I'll just clip that up so you can see it a bit easier. So when you cast, everything's clipped up, i.e. fixed into position, and the rig is aerodynamic, so it gives you more distance. That happens to be a Trident rotor. When that hits the water, bang, and it pops out. There's other links that you can use, from anything from breakaway imp. That's also a Trident component. That's a kicker, so it's not fixed in place. You just loop it over. Use those all the time. Is that a Genie link clip? So you can just link it in there. Or there's others, but I'm just running you through some of them. A canny link. So in that instance, you'd hang your sinker on there like that. Your hook would come down and clip into that, and that's a very economical dual purpose rough ground component. So there's various ways to do it. We're fishing rough ground here, so what I could do ordinarily is just have a link and fix that sinker into position, but because we're fishing heavy ground, rock, kelp, that sort of thing, I'm using what's called a rotten bottom, which is a length of line between your sinker and the bottom of your rig, which is weaker than your main line. So if that gets a fast hold, that'll snap before your main line does. And the way that I personally attach these, that component there is called a rotter. You just link that on like that, and then clip your rig up, send it out. It'll come undone as it hits the water, and then it's fishing. And as I say, hopefully you get a fish. Start applying pressure to the pulley or the swivel, whatever you decide to use. Pull that up, pulley system works, and bang, your sinker's out the way. So that is what I would hazard a guess, 70, 80, maybe even 90% of anglers will use fishing rough ground. Not everyone, people still like to use a fixed paternoster. It's just total personal preference. For me personally, I've always been a fan of the pulley. So there you are, Dave. Hopefully that explains it. But anything else, leave a comment and we'll do our best to articulate an answer to you. Right, so just baiting up. This is a edible crab bait, just on the bait mate, really good these. This is pretty fine elastic, as this bait has defrosted a fair bit. Just whack that up and down, pull that out, and I'm using 5/0 J hooks, happens to be a Camazan uptied, and then on the top 6/0 mustard demon circle. Just go 1, 2, 3. A little bit fiddly. It's almost like you want to kind of push the hook through the bait back towards yourself with a circle, if that makes sense. So nip that in, pull up the excess, clip it up, and onto the stand. Hopefully end up in the mouth of a cod. Do like the Power Arrow. It is up there with my favourites, that's for sure. For the real heaviest of stuff. Getting a little nudge here. Yep, someone having a go. It goes again, I'll hit it, come on. Better bite that one up. Come on. Oh, I think it popped off. I think it popped off. Aye. Damn. I'm gonna check the bait in case it's sat there with a note on. Missed it. Frustrating, but something out there. It was on, and then it came off, and now I'm fast, and I've lost a lot. Didn't feel big like, but it was briefly on. Right, there's the first, well, hopefully the first fish, i.e. we get more. Small codlin. I'll just knock that light down a little bit. Small codlin was pretty much lying on. I didn't really see the bite. That was just on a crab bait. Tide's starting to ebb properly now. We're about 45 minutes into it, so we're going to give it another chuck into the dark. We'll see. But yeah, happy enough with that. I just need a bigger one. Well, we have shifted marks. We're around the Craster area now. I just had that one codlin before. Gary had a couple of rockling. So we decided to move basically because we just seem to be getting plagued with small stuff. So we're hoping. Whoop, Gary's just getting a night. Are you getting a bite there, Chris? Right on cue. Oh, never. That didn't look a bad bite, that.
No.
Ah, it's a shame. Baits have been in the water about 5 minutes. So, it's not a bad start. Hopefully, there's some codlin out there and not a load of rockling, but we'll see.
That's bounced up.
Right, second cast, same pulley, squid and cart, X90, and I'm back on the Saratoga for this particular venue with the £103 whiplash because I ain't messing around because the ground is as heavy as it comes. Right, so we can get something bigger. Just had a bit more of a positive rattle. It's very, very heavy going here, like just straight in the thick rock and kelp. The thick kelp and rock, I should say. Oh, yeah, someone's having a go with that. Jesus. Oh.
Savage, yeah, mate, isn't it?
It is very. There might be someone sitting on there, but it's fast. Give it a minute. And little problem. Again, just not quite get me lighting right, can I? I've just done the same thing again. It's a little bit better, now I can't see a thing. Small little carbon, might go size. Just on that little demon circle. So that'll pop right out. There he is. Fighting fit, so Get him back in, get another bait out. So the move seems to have paid off straight away. We just need something bigger. Right, well, that's the end of that session. It didn't really go as we thought it would, to be honest. We left Howick pretty optimistic. Actually, it was a nice bit of groundswell rolling in, decent sized tide, loads of colour in the water, getting dark, all the right ingredients, but there just wasn't anything there, sadly. So managed to winkle out a couple of small codlin, but no great jakes, unfortunately. But that's just fishing. So we'll be out tomorrow somewhere. Unfortunately, Gary can't make it. He's got other commitments, but such is life. So I'll be on my own somewhere. Hopefully feeling better than I do today, because we had our Christmas party yesterday and I'm feeling pretty delicate, so I need a good night's kip and plenty of water, and hopefully be right as rain tomorrow. So I'll be out and about somewhere. There's a big southerly rolling in tonight. It's going to drop off tomorrow. Tides are big, so fingers crossed there's a few fish around. Now's the time of year where hopefully some of the bigger ones will start moving in, so you never know, this time next week might be able to come back to you with something decent. Fingers crossed. Thanks as always for watching. Hopefully being out and about, getting a few tight lines, keep fishing, and we'll see you soon.